Executive Director of Character Counts. Have you ever been to an event that got rained out and you're thinking, what happened to all that food? Well, we know what happens to all that food. All that food goes in the garbage. Why does it go in the garbage? Because of liability. No one can be assured that that food is moving safely in a way that protects its integrity so we can still eat it and not get sick. So we've got food that's getting wasted is one problem. The other problem is that we have men and women coming out of prison, coming out of drug rehabilitation programs. They cannot find a job because no one wants to give them a second chance. So we've got wasted food and wasted people. It's a sin. So we're looking to solve that problem by creating a way to track the food in a way that preserves its integrity. When we first started this adventure, we started Conscious Eats. I knew that this could work, so I had to prove it. So the first thing I started doing is literally going to all my friends in the food industry at the farmers markets, and I said, I need food to make food so I can employ ex-felons. We've been doing that for about a year. The first big company that was willing to give us food was Einstein Bagels. So this bagel got turned into all kinds of different things. It got turned into bread puddings, it got turned into snack mixes. A guy who tasted our snack mix said, that's delicious. Can I put that in a hotel? No problem. So now we have a snack mix in hotels across the United States, employing ex-felons from a bagel that in one moment was looked at as a piece of garbage, and now it is something fabulous and delicious, just like the men I employ. So what can happen from here? Basically, the way the food chain works and how we serve our hungry is Second Harvest collects foods from the farms and from factories, basically. So they have the opportunity to move that food to the food pantries and to our homeless shelters. Just about half of the food that ends up at the homeless shelter, they have to process and cook and all that kind of stuff. So I've developed this mechanism that can harvest the food from the Jaguar Stadium or for any hotel, move it in a way that's safe and sound, and land it on that table. The resources that they were using to begin with can now move out into our food pantries. So it's a gigantic ripple effect. Quite incredible. Or I could harvest off those filet mignons, that rice, those beans, and I could create new products just like I did with those bagels. I could have a whole line of soups or stews or any other food product. They basically did all my sous chefing and prepared the food so that I could do the next step with it. How am I going to do this? This technology that was created, the boxes were originally designed for moving stuff in offices and that kind of thing. So they're easy to, where's my time? 1 minute left. Okay, so these boxes are easy to move, and the thing that makes them really special is this little gizmo that's on the front. This little guy says where it is located geographically, then it tells me the temperature of it, and then it tells me what the weight is. So I can't really mess with the information and it's getting all tracked. Really, that's the essence of character counts, that I can be accountable and hold on to all that integrity of the food that you created. Then what happens is we can move it in a safe way and that no one is getting harmed by bad food. Where am I going next with this? Well, we've already proved that the concept can work. We're in conversations with Matthew Medor, who has 5 restaurants across our city, and he knows big food out of the Ritz-Carlton. We're moving our operations into City Rescue Mission to start the program. What we need now is we need some cash to get a couple of trucks so we can get the food moving, get to the next place that I can actually employ full-time a handful of ex-felons, the part-time guys that I'm working with right now, so it drives me crazy, and get to the place that we have a little bit more testing on the application. We really believe that we should not waste food or waste lives, and this is a solution that can handle both.
All right. We have time for questions from our jurors. Do any of our jurors have any questions for our Creator Conscious Market?
Yeah, so one of the things we really liked about this was kind of the end-to-end system that you have in place. Can you talk about how the potential scale can be affected, like how you can scale this up to other locations in the Florida area, South or North Florida area, and also across the country?
Well, what's essential is gain big people. So once we prove it can work in a little way, we then open conversations with the people like who manage the stadiums. They're a national organization. We do a little bit of tests. They're major character account supporters. We're actually having our fundraiser with them in a couple of months. So getting the key players in place is critical. Character Counts is a national organization. We've been together for 22 years, 12 years here in Jacksonville. We have fairly deep relationships, and I've been knocking on doors, and people do want to help me. I used to run a global team for Citibank. I got people.
Quote of the day, I got people. Next question.
Yeah, Florence, this is a really exciting and ambitious project, which we love talking to you about it. Can you tell us, you hinted at it just then, can you tell us a bit more about your professional background and why you're the kind of person that can handle an enterprise of this scale?
All right, my people out there, hey, wave, I got people, okay, to begin with. Woo, we got supporters. Okay, so I came down from New York. AT&T brought me down to run a direct marketing team. Then they promoted me to run the internet development team for all the Citibank credit card websites. So I ran a global team. At one stage of the game, we managed like over 300 websites. So I have teams, I know how to develop people. We created the #1 credit card website. We were the groundbreakers in that industry. I had the lowest attrition rate on the team and the highest employee satisfaction. We have fun. That's how I make people go. The other component of the people thing is as I work with these men and women, they're no different than me or you. They're amazing people, and when you give them a chance, miracles happen. Oh my God. The other day, when we harvested these cups used to be on a garbage pile. They have a logo on them of an insurance company that 2 seconds after they landed on the loading dock, they got sold. And 2,300 cups became mine. Put a little love, a little attention, a little thought into them. They're new. So anyway, we're in the warehouse the other day, and we're working on. There was a team of people from City Rescue Mission, our partners, and the lady's there, and she was like bending down, working on. And I'm looking, thinking, man, her back is going to be killing her in a second. So I go over, I'm like, yo, let's make it a table and let's get it going and up on a table. And she's like, no ma'am, that's okay, I'm fine. She wasn't fine. And she was beginning to get, she's like, I'm no trouble. So I just let her calm down for a second. 2 seconds later, I see her rubbing her back. And I come back and say, let's make a table. Okay, so we make this table, maybe 45 seconds after we get that table going, she's like, you know, I think we need to make the table a little bit bigger, and she's getting everyone else to help. Because I treated her with kindness and respect, that she was an intelligent woman, that she is. She just screwed up.
We've got 18 seconds, so that was our time for our final question. Thank you very much, jurors, and thank you to Conscious Market, creator number 20538.